All right, now the best source of protein right after your workouts, but it's by far the most trouble. Hey guys, I'm Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I want to talk to you about probably the 3 greatest sources of protein that you need to take right after a workout. So if you're trying to build muscle, if that's your primary goal, there's 2 things you really got to focus on. The first, the most important, is resistance training. You got to lift the weights, all right? You really got to put a stress on the muscles, but you're not going to get a lot of bang for your buck if you're not getting enough protein. And I'm talking about day in and day out. It just can't be 1 or 2 days a week. So I'm going to give you 3 categories that I think are great protein sources, and I'm going to rank them from easiest to hardest, okay? Another thing I want to touch on is when you eat your protein. So, you know, it really is good to eat protein throughout the day so that you're constantly giving your body the amino acids that it needs to repair those muscle fibers, because your muscles don't just grow at night when you sleep. They're also growing during the day and repairing. So it's nice to continually feed your body. But there's some research out there that does say that if you can get protein in you right after a workout, and when I say right after, as soon as you can, typically they're talking about in less than 2 hours after a workout, it's even more beneficial, okay? So it will actually help build muscles more efficiently and faster if you get some good protein sources in you within an hour or 2 after your workouts, okay? So that's critical. And then before I move into the 3 protein sources, I want to mention the fact that you do need to include some carbs with your protein, okay? Carbs are what trigger your insulin to be produced in your bloodstream, and insulin works like a little pickup truck, okay? It grabs those protein molecules, and the insulin takes them to your muscle fibers. So if you're eating just protein and nothing else, no carbs, it's not going to be as efficient, and it's not going to be as beneficial. So make sure you get some carbs with your protein. Here we go. Let's start off with the easiest post-workout protein source, and that is just whey powder, whey protein powder. You know, those big tubs, you just scoop it out. That is so simple. And for you guys that are trying to lose body fat, just mix it with water. I mean, 0 calories, all right? There's going to be some carbs in that whey protein also, all right? So hopefully you won't have to add a lot of carbs. But if your particular whey protein is like 100% protein and no carbs at all, you need to, get some carbs in there and try to get the healthy carbs, okay? The second way to do it is just to add it with milk, all right? Now, milk's got some fat and some calories, but it does have carbohydrates, all right? That'll take care of that problem. Along the same lines, as far as the easiest type of protein to eat, especially after workout, protein bars and smoothies, all right? So those are 3 different things right there. Protein bars are the easiest. You just peel the wrapper, pop it down, and all those protein bars do have carbs in them, so you don't have to add. And the smoothies are fantastic, guys. Now, you may make a smoothie at home or just go through, a drive-through at your somewhere near the gym. The problem is those things tend to get kind of expensive. I mean, I just bought one recently, and I mean, I think it was $8 or $9 or maybe more. So anyway, those are the easiest 3 sources of protein right after a workout. All right, so the second easiest is really tasty, and that is Greek yogurt. I personally have tried a bunch of different ones. They come in these little tiny tubs. They're not very big. But my personal favorite is made by Dannon. That's the brand name, and it's lite-greek yogurt. Light meaning they've taken a lot of the sugar out of it. It doesn't have as much added sugar, but it does come with carbs. And each little cup is 12 grams of protein. And so I'll typically eat 2 cups. If I'm totally out of everything else, I'll eat that right after my workout. Typically, though, I got other sources of protein that I eat right after workout, and I save my Dannon yogurt, my Greek yogurt, for late at night. I mean, I'll eat that stuff at 10 o'clock at night because it tastes like ice cream. It's so good. And it kind of fills, you know, that craving that a lot of guys might have at night for sweet stuff. So fantastic, healthy Greek yogurt. All right, now the best source of protein right after your workouts, but it's by far the most trouble, and that's whole foods. And when I'm talking about whole foods, I'm talking about chicken, tuna fish, beef, ham, things like that. All right, now the problem is they're just more trouble, right? You guys that are really planning ahead, you can meal prep and cook this stuff and just have it in a little Tupperware tub and eat it. But those are really good sources of protein, and you can't take in all of your protein throughout the day in the form of whey powder and protein bars. You need the good whole foods in there. And then, of course, just like before, when you're eating your whole food proteins, be sure and throw in some good healthy carbs. And I think the two best sources of healthy carbs, because they're whole foods, they're not processed, are rice and potatoes. Fantastic, guys. Those are just categories. I'm not giving you real specific examples. I'm not giving you any brand names other than Dannon. But there's tons of options out there. And I do encourage you to try to get in some good protein, you know, within an hour or two after your workouts. Personally, I love going to the gym, and when I'm leaving the gym, I actually buy a protein shake, and it's 40 grams of protein, and it has carbs in it. And I just drink that on my way home from the gym. It tastes fantastic, and it's a great source of protein. And then the final thing is, I'll just kind of wrap it up here, is how much protein. It's hard to get enough, guys. You need to shoot for at least 0.7 of a gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. And when I say ideal, that means if you lost all the fat that you would like to lose, that's your ideal body weight. So, you know, if you weigh 200 pounds, but you know you're really 50 pounds overweight, your ideal body weight would be 150 pounds. So take 150, multiply that by 0.7, and that gives you, I don't know, 105 grams or so, if I did my math right in my head. So that's how you calculate how much protein you need in a typical day. All right, guys, simple as that. It's actually harder than it sounds. I get it. I mean, I think personally the nutrition is the hardest thing for me. The workouts are way more easy simply because I can just focus on what I'm doing for an hour and I'm done. The nutrition, the protein, you have to think about it, you know, all throughout the day and stay on top of it. But if you stick with these ideas I just gave you and never give up on yourself, I promise you will build some quality lean muscle.